Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. You are welcome to the class. Today our topic is algorithm and a flowchart, and is a continuation of last week's lesson. So let's look at our learning objectives. We have about 5. So today we are going to state things to consider while writing algorithm. 2. List flowchart symbols. 3. Draw and identify flowchart symbols. And 4. Write a simple algorithm for solving problems. And 5. Draw a flowchart to represent algorithm. Now, let's look at our last lesson where we define algorithm as a step-by-step process of solving problems, and we list functions of algorithm where we have it guides the programmer in order to follow the program in an orderly manner, and it also prevents omission of steps and duplication of steps. And we list 2 types of algorithm where we have pseudocode and flowchart. And we say pseudocode is a narrative description of algorithm, and it is written in English-like statements. And flowchart, we say flowchart uses shapes and symbols. Alright, we mention application areas of algorithm where we have it can be used in computing, in mathematics, and solving human problems. Now, let's look at our topic for today. Things to consider while writing algorithm. 1. In algorithm, there must be a beginning and an end. What do we mean by that? Like human being, when you wake up, you start the program, and when you are asleep, when you want to sleep at night, you end the program. And like when you turn off and on the computer, the program starts, and when you turn it off, it ends. So that's the way algorithm is. There must be a beginning and an end. Then algorithm 2 must have a number of steps. There must be steps in algorithm, and the step must be definite. It must be different from one another. So, like the examples that we have in algorithm that we're going to write today, we have some that have 5 steps, while some have 8 steps. And 3, the instruction must be clear to be understood. That is, if another programmer or any other person want to read or rewrite the program or algorithm, it must be clear. Alright. Then lastly, the steps in solving a problem must be in the right order to achieve a desired result. That is, if the step is not in an orderly manner, the program will not work. And you know, that's the reason why we are using algorithm. Alright. So now let's look at the flowchart shapes, or what we call flowchart symbols. We have 5. We have oval shape, we have rectangle shape, we have 3 diamond shape, 4 parallelogram shape, and 5 direction flow shape. I believe you still remember all the shapes. Alright, they are the same as what you always use in mathematics. So let's look at the shape and what they are used for. The first one, oval shape. The oval shape is used to begin and to end a flowchart, while the second one, parallelogram, is for input and output. Input and output means where you enter your data, and output, how to get the result out. Okay. Then rectangle shape is for processing, the thing that you want to perform. Like if you want to add maybe 2 plus 3, that's the process you want to use. So that is written in rectangle shape. And diamond shape is for making decision. We have an algorithm that has this. So when we get to that place, you will understand it better. Then the next one is direction flow, or at times we call it arrow. This one shows the direction of flowchart shape. That is a line that connects one flowchart symbol to another. Now, let's look at a simple algorithm. Now, this algorithm is written to compute child's morning routine. Now, let's look at the steps together. Step 1, starts. And you remember I said the oval shape is used to start and end the program. So when you are writing pseudocode type of algorithm. You start with what? Start, and end it with end. So let's start. Step 1, start. Step 2, leave home. Step 3, check time. Step 4, if the time is before 7 a.m., take a subway. Step 5, take a bus. And step 6, reach school. And step 7, end. Can you see? When you are going to school and you don't want to go late, you can use this algorithm. All right. I would like us to look at the flowcharts. Can we see the flowchart on the board? All right, that's good. All right, the flowchart, leave home. Remember, the oval shape, which is the beginning and the last one on this flowchart symbol, is what? To start and to end. So leave home, that's oval shape. Then input and output is the second shape that you see here, that is check time. And remember, I said we have diamond shape. So that diamond shape is what we represent before 7 a.m. that is take subway, or after take a bus and reach school. You see, this flowchart shows what we have in our pseudocode. That is what we have here. So if you look at the two, which one do you like? I believe you like the flowchart because it's showing in a picture form. I also like it too, but you first write the pseudocode, as you can see. Then you can now move to the flowchart. And if you look at the flowchart is closer to the main program, that is programming. So you need to what? Write the steps in flowchart, or draw it in a better way, so that when you are writing the code, you will not omit any step. All right. Now let's look at another example. Write a simple algorithm to add two numbers. We start from step 1, start. Step 2, enter the first number. Step 3, enter the second number. Step 4, add the numbers together. Step 5, show the answer. And step 6, end. As you see, it's very simple. Everything you are going to do if you want to add two numbers is the same thing we are doing here in the algorithm. Now let's look at the flowchart. Can you look at the flowchart? Can you look at the board? Draw a flowchart to add two numbers. We start from start, then the second one, which is process, and the third one is process shape. That's what? Input, and that's processing, that's rectangular shape. Let A equals 5, let B equals 10, then sum A plus B and print sum and end. There must be start and end in the program. Now let's look at the third one. Write a simple algorithm to find the sum and average of any two numbers. And look at the steps. It looks like the first one. We start step 1, start. Step 2, input the first number. Step 3, input the second number. Step 4, add the numbers together. And step 5, divide answer by 2 to get the average. Then step 6, display sum. And step 7, display average. And step 8, end. Now let's look at the flowchart. Look at the flowchart. The rectangular shape is where we input our input, that is the data we want to work on. And the next one is also what? The rectangular shape. Then the parallelogram is where we want the computer to display our answer. Then we end the program. Now, I believe you enjoyed the class and you understand it. So in the summary of everything we learned today, we state things to consider while writing algorithm. Where we have, let me quickly show you, where we have algorithm must have an end and it must begin to. Then algorithm must have number of steps. The instruction must be clear to be understood. The steps in solving a problem must be in the right order to achieve a desired result. Then we also look at the list of flowchart symbols, where we have oval shape, we have rectangular shape, we have parallelogram shape, and we have diamond shape, and we also have the arrow or direction flow line. Alright, and we also write some simple algorithm and flowchart. Example is saying here, and this is another example. I believe you enjoyed the class. Thank you.